So were you ever formally from a hood or a gang or anything? You never went down that road?
Never wanted to be from a hood.
Was it tempting, or was anybody expecting you to do that at a certain point?
It was tempting at one point because I grew up on that side, and I grew up like right where a hood was at, young crowd. And I started hanging out with them. And then there was one point where I felt like I want to be part of it now. Like, I'm chilling with y'all motherfuckers. And they were like, yeah. Meet us up right here. We're going to jump you in because there's no girls in that hood. And I was like, yeah, we'll be from there. Woo. And then they left us hanging, me and my homegirl. And then they were laughing at us like, y'all swear we were going to jump girls in the hood. And then I was like, damn, was I really thinking about being from a hood? But I don't know. I think it was just because I was around them every day. I wanted to be from there.
Right.
But other than that, I've been asked to be from other hoods. I've always been in the street, and I've always said no. No, because I'm very social. I like to be everywhere. I don't like to be like, hey, fool, you can't be here. I'm very like, I like to be everywhere. So I thank God I never got jumped in from no hood.
I mean, that's like one less thing for you to escape from as you kind of try to change your life, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just one less thing dragging you down. That's
exactly.
Negative shit that you...
But I still was out there doing active shit. I was out there, doing my shit, but I never was from a hood. Never retaliated with other people and shit like that.
If you had joined that hood, do you feel like you would have had more people like kind of having your back, and like, would you have felt more protected in certain situations, or?
Nah. I think I would have been busted.
Right.
Everybody would have been like, blame it on her.
Especially if you just join like a small neighborhood gang and then you're really moving around the city. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in a lot of situations, the neighborhood that you're from, unless you're from like a very significant neighborhood, it's not really going to matter. Like, what are you going to do? Nobody gives a shit when you're 20 or 30 minute drive away from where you were hanging out at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So, when did you formally completely stop doing meth in 2018, 2019, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And 2019, 2020, I relapsed.
Okay.
I lost my kids in 2019.
And what was that story? You just got into like a fight, right?
I got into a fight.
What was it?
A neighbor.
Break this down? Break down the fight.
Oh, okay. So this bitch was a meth addict. I didn't know that. And I didn't realize that till afterwards. So she kept on fucking with us. She started thinking I was being with her girlfriend. Yeah, bitch, you want to fuck my girl? I'll come back from work. She was literally my neighbor. So she'll open the door and she'll be like, fuck you, bitch. And I was like, why is this happening to me when I just got an apartment? I'm doing good. I just got me a fucking truck. I'm trying to do right, and now the devil's trying to fucking bring me down, and he brought me down. And I allowed her to disrespect me for a cool little minute. I was ignoring her. I'm like, I don't want to be how I used to be. And I reacted to it, and she went to the police station, and I went down for assault with a deadly weapon, and I was in jail for like 20-something days.
Wait, so what did you do with her?
Like, I don't want to get into details, but like,
you didn't shoot her.
No, hell no. No. Ain't nobody worth me doing time like that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty sure she learned the fucking lesson. Don't fuck with nobody's kids. And I went to jail. They came knocking on my door. Susanna, and I'm like, yes, can we talk to you? And then they arrest me. Oh, you're going to jail for this, and that. Told them, like, no, like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's crazy. She's a tweaker. They let me go. 2 weeks later, they come again, and they arrest me, and they take me in. So I left my teenager with my kids, and when the same day I got out, the same day the social workers got them, I called my son. They're like, we're at the hospital with the workers. And that was that.
So they came when you weren't even there. You had already been arrested.
Yeah.
And then what do? They take your kids and just put them in like a orphanage, or like put them with a different family? They
couldn't find a family for them, because I told her, like, I want them to be together. Don't separate my kids. So they couldn't find a home, so they put them in not an orphanage, like a group home where they put all the kids at. And then they gave the kids to my mom, but because me and my mom never had a good relationship, she made it hard on me. I said, put them in foster home. So they kept the two little ones together, and then they separated the oldest.
But so this is what they do if a single parent just gets arrested? This is like what automatically happens to their kids if there's not another parent to...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they'll pick them up because, 13 years old, you're not, or 14, he was like around 14. And that's not a legal age for him to take care of kids.
Right. But so you're like not yeah, you got arrested and yeah, you got in a fight, but doesn't mean that you necessarily are, living like a super fucked up life. Like anybody could get in a fight, right? Like it's just kind of freaking me out to think like, oh, so if I get in a random fight and I'm a single parent, then my kids get taken away until it's resolved, I guess.
So it's child endangerment for you fighting in front of your kids. And they'll really investigate. They'll try to find anything in your home. Oh, this place is not livable. This place is this. Her kids were left alone. They'll find anything.
Really?
And they added a couple of things. Plus, they added that because I worked only 7 hours. So to them, that's not a full-time job. Oh, we don't feel like she's capable of taking care of her kids.
7 hours? So you work like 1 day a week or something?
No. I worked Monday through Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
7 hours per day?
Per day, yeah.
Oh, okay. So but it's not technically 40 hours. Okay.
Yeah. So they look at it like that. She lives in a program. Because even though it's my apartment, it's still considered like a low-income program. How about if she loses a place? Is she going to be able to afford her rent? And they go on so on and find any little thing to bring you down. The system's fucked up and corrupt, you know? But they were gone for 14 months. So in 2020, when COVID hit, they shut everything down, remember?
Yeah.
They shut down visits. They shut down everything. I wasn't working. I started feeling depressed. I started feeling like, oh my God, I want to see my kids. And I'll cry. And then
but you're out at this point, because how long did you actually end up doing in jail?
Oh, only like 20 something days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never done time
but
like
then
that.
they still had your kid for like an extra year after that.
Yeah, because in order for me to get my kids back, I had to relocate. And I'm like, but I'm not even the fucking problem. You
had to relocate so you wouldn't be near this neighbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't find another place in the valley till like 14 months after.
Okay.
Like, so, and that's when I relapsed.
Really? And were they drug testing you or anything?
They were. But because COVID was shut down, I didn't have to go test. Okay. Everything was shut down. But I wasn't, I was just fooling myself. I was trying to kill my pain, like trying to like just cover it up. I was really depressed. Like without my kids, I felt, I don't know. That's all I've had, my kids. Oh, yeah. I want to cry. I'm a big crybaby.
No, I feel for it because it's like I realized through watching some other stuff of you and even seeing you like argue with certain people, like how bad the stigma of having your kids taken away from you is, where like people will like constantly try to use this against you. It's like the ultimate thing that you could say about a woman. And it's like people are just going to latch onto that. Was that your experience too, where it's like all of a sudden people like are just looking at you way differently as a result of that?
Yeah, I get a lot of hate all the time. You're a bad mom. You're a shitty mom. You're kicking your kid out. Oh, you argue with your kids. Why are you yelling at your kids? But we got to remember, these are gossip pages that watch you on a fucking daily, and that's their job, to fucking bash you. So people could disrespect you, so people could go up to you and fuck you up or react to you. But I know that I'm an amazing mom. I never gave up on my kids, regardless of fucking any struggle I'm that type of bitch. Like I started from the bottom, now I'm here, and I might not be up here, but I'm leveled. I'm good. And
it's just crazy how different of a standard we judge women as opposed to men, because it's like you could find out that some guy who's got 5 kids drinks and smokes and does coke and gets fucked up all the time or whatever, and it's like it's not that shocking for people, but when they find out that a mom is doing drugs, never mind her kids taken away, it's just like a gut reaction from people that they just think that she's the spawn of Satan.
Yeah, because you're the mom, you carried them, you're supposed to be caring, you're supposed to do extra, but people don't know your fucking life and what you've been through and why you do the things you do.
Right.
Shit happens, and I'm correcting every mistake I've made in my life to make it better. And as long as my kids see it, that's all that fucking matters, And yeah, I get a lot of hate for that. People screen record when my oldest is disrespectful, and I'm that type, like, you got me fucked up, my boy. You better fucking chill out. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of my house. Boom, that's a clip.
Right.
Lynnwood kicking her son out, like, motherfucker, this motherfucker's 20. 20, he's not a kid.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I get a lot of hate for that. I get a lot of hate because I live in a program, the low income program. Oh, you're a fucking welfare bitch. You ain't shit. You're this, you're that. And at first I used to be like, I don't want to go on camera. But now I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers. Y'all don't like me, block me. Don't look at me,
Okay, so you just saw the clip, but did you know that you can watch this entire interview right now before it's released to the public, uncensored, by becoming a member for just $5 a month, and there's a lot of other crazy benefits as well. So make sure you hit the link down in the description. and sign up. Appreciate y'all.